Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Signals, welcome to 3 out of the 4 of the best musicians in Adelaide.
Oh,
Shout out Tyler.
yeah, Tyler, we miss you. Come home.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows who you guys are, but those who have been living under a rock in Adelaide, introduce yourselves. Tell us what you hit or strum or sing or do in the band.
Yeah. So I'm Kynan. I play bass and signals, and I do backup vocals. And yeah.
I'm Calem. I do the vocals. Vocals.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dylan. I play the drums and do backup vocals. Sorry about that.
That's all good. So most bands, they start off with the lead singer, and then the lead singer kind of finds the bands and the members that you want in the band. You guys were a bit opposite, and you guys the musicians were formed. Not that you're not a musician, but the people that played the things were formed.
Yeah, the real musicians.
Can you tell me about the process of you finding a lead singer? How did that look?
Yeah, so obviously me and Tyler are brothers, so always been playing music. Then met Kynan when he joined my high school at Marrickville.
I was asked to join during a maths lesson.
Yes,
So
memories.
yeah. Alright, go on.
And then we jammed like that for a while. Didn't find a singer for ages, for a few months. And then I think either you sent Tyler a meme on Instagram or Tyler sent you a meme.
Yeah, no, I posted like a little like poll thing, or like it was like, ask me a question or something. I was just being stupid on Instagram. And then Tyler just sent something like metal related. And then we just started talking about metal. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm starting like a metal band. And I was like, I kind of do vocals, but like I just like new tones and shit.
Yeah.
And then like I tried out, I just went for a jam and it was pretty rocky. Like I wasn't like on top of my game, but like, you know, sort of over time, like I sort of like built into like,
Was it the first band you like?
Yeah, like in metal definitely. Like I did I was in like my primary school like rock band, like when I was like 10 years old.
Tell me more about that.
Oh, so like I don't know, like my primary school did like a rock band program, and like, you know, I tried out as like the singer, and like there was like 2 singles. There was like me, because I was like really like hyper, and there was like the other one that was like could sing, and I was just like the hype man. And so like there's like videos of like me at like my like year 4 like music recital, and like we're doing like a punk rock version of like One Thing by One Direction, and I'm just like running around like the gym at like my school, just like get it, like, you know, like a little,
it
like,
was
10-year-old
because he has like a video of it somewhere.
Yeah,
and I've seen it. It's like seeing the video, you wouldn't expect him to be in a metal band. You would think he'd like be doing punk shit. The way he seemed very punk for a 10-year-old.
I'm like jumping up and down. I'm like, there's like these like 40-year-olds in the
Pop
crowd.
goes punk.
Yeah, there's like these like people in the crowd looking at their like daughter's like flute solo, and I'm just like, yeah, get up. I was like a 10-year-old.
Oh my god, surely Signals are going to do a One Direction cover.
Oh,
You have to. You've already got the vocals down pat. You guys just have to learn a couple. Can't be that hard, surely.
I can't learn
Get
songs.
Harry Styles and
I
Ghosties.
I can't actually play, so no way.
Just mime.
So what was always like? What was your first impressions of each other? Like, you've got like this singer that's just like rocked up, super hypo. First impressions.
Of like people like him in general.
Yeah, I reckon let's
Go
go
on.
with.
Okay,
Yeah, let's
okay,
just put there.
Go on.
Great guy, great tone. Loved your voice.
Beautiful voice.
Bad timing.
That's right.
Real bad timing. Like,
Can confirm.
I love you, Calem, and you know you're good now. But at the start, it was like you were just like a different point of the song. You were somewhere else. And
Yeah,
we were like,
timing wasn't a thing. You just saw words and you just yelled them, but it wasn't like in time with anything. You just like, nah!
I used to like jam. I used to have like the lyrics up on my phone. I'd be like, you would, and like I'm just like reading like that. It's like
You did it so fast. It's just like he's like, the aim when playing a song is to scream all the words until you get to the end, like as fast as you can, and then he'd finish the song and we'd be like at the bridge or something.
Were you guys honest, or were you just like, that was great?
well, you know, the funny part was
Like, nicely honest.
There's like a thing Calem used to do every time he made a mistake. He'd like go up to the mic and be like, "This is unprofessional, sorry boys." And then he'd do it again and again. He goes, "I was literally like listening to the song like on the bus here. I was practicing it."
So, okay, what was your first impressions? You just got pretty roasted. I reckon the truth comes out now.
I thought they liked me. No. I mean, like, I'd obviously like learned how to scream and all that, like just through like YouTube and stuff. But like, I never really had that band experience. Like the most I ever really did was like I'd get like a karaoke song up on like YouTube, like when my parents went home and shit, and just like jump around my living room trying to pretend I'm like the front man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Screamo karaoke?
yeah. Like
We have to
like,
take. Have you been to La Sing?
Let's sing.
Yeah, it's like a karaoke bar. You should definitely
I've
go
been
there.
to one karaoke bar, but it was a very weird experience. But like, yeah, we won't talk about that. But yeah.
Maybe we should.
No. Oh no. Basically, I was just walking down, and then there was this guy like outside like the building, and he was like, "Oh, I want to do karaoke." And I'm just with my friend. I'm like, "Sure." And then I go up, and like within like a minute, Ed Sheeran's playing, and I've got a microphone in my hand. I'm just singing like "We Found Love" or something. It was
Were you actually like?
I wanted
random.
One Direction.
Yeah, no.
Were you actually singing, or were you screaming? I've never heard
I
this
was
before.
like, oh, there is a video of it. I don't know. It was just so random. It was
Dude,
like
there are so
massive sidetrack. There,
I feel like you're the first to admit that there's always a video of whenever you've done something
Oh,
embarrassing.
no.
Like you're the
Oh,
first.
no,
to admit,
no,
like,
no, no,
yeah, there's
there's
videos
no-
of me doing one
You know,
thing. There's videos.
there
of
are
There's
so many.
Yeah, I've done so many embarrassing things. It's just it's inevitable that there's going to be a video of it. So like, you know,
There are so many videos of Calem that he would never let us show people.
That
I do
is
it anyway, but like
no, yeah, like
it's
There's a really funny one. I think this is the funniest shit. I gotta say. He just like it's him playing footy and he just like throws.
that's got nothing to do with the band.
It's not. It's just funny. But you just like. I don't know how old you are. You're pretty young.
I was 7 years old.
But
Yeah, hold on. It's my video. So I got tackled. I got tackled in footy, and like I was like, I didn't like getting tackled. I didn't like getting hurt. So it was like the third time, and I just lost it. And like some dad was like trying to film like his kid playing, and it just pans to me going like, ah! And I'm like screaming. I'm like cracking the shits. And then like the thing is, my dad wanted me to become like a footy player when I was older. And then there's just like this video of me as like a 10-year-old just cracking the shit. So we're getting like pushed over.
Oh my.
but
Look up one too many bad calls on YouTube.
but wait, what about all the singing videos we have?
No.
The start okay, so when Tyler and Calem were talking on Instagram, he started by sending a bunch of videos. There's two main ones. One of them was just like
Had you
him-
met by this point? Sorry, had you met or?
No.
Okay, great. Keep going.
Yeah,
Just
um,
context. This is
Yeah,
hilarious.
this was his first impression he gave us. It was just like him in his room. It's like standing like I don't know, like just at your door.
Oh,
Yeah. And like you were just like
I had like this gimmick thing where like I wanted to like show them like my ability, but like if I sucked, I wanted to play it off as like a joke. So like I'll do like, oh hello, I'm gonna do a song now for a very special girl. I'll do like a British accent, and then I'll just like scream, and like that was they looked at that and were like, yeah, right, we'll give him a chance.
So after this first band practice, did like Calem leave the room and you were like, yep, he's the one? Like when was it that you were like,
it was just like, oh, give him another week, see how it goes.
Honestly, like it took a while, and I think we all like. But I think the thing was we all really gelled as friends. So that was like something that was really cool. Like even like because there's I think surely like a year where we just like sucked even as a band. Like we like in a good way. We're just doing covers and
Funny our sound.
yeah, totally. And it was just like we've we've changed a lot. Like and before Calem, we were doing like thrash metal, which is like whole different thing. But yeah.
so I think it's kind of fair to say that you guys like burst onto the scene like probably like halfway through last year, like
About
August.
yeah,
about
a
that.
bit later on. How long were you in the band, Calem, before like
8 months, 6 months.
yeah, so you had all this stuff going
Pretty
and
much a year. Like it
Wow.
was August 2019, the first jam. But I reckon when things really started to like gel was we went to see Polaris live, and like we pretty much like got like really inspired by that, and we're like, okay, like we should like start writing our own songs. Like we made one demo which we don't talk about, and it's like just not us. yeah.
It's like so we're not playing as a band. Like I know, speaking like from me, like I just wanted to slap bass. So like it'd be a riff, and I'd be like, it just like it'd be so wrong. But I guess like you got to do that stuff to like really work out what you're doing. Also another thing, like around the same time, like Calem introduced me to like a lot of Australian metalcore bands, which like say Alpha Wolf and like Gravemind, and they're not Australian, but like August Burns Red, like that they played a show at Lion Arts, and like I wasn't really into that stuff. Like I liked a lot of like older like thrash metal sort of stuff, or like new metal. And then he was like, oh, you know, come to it, and I'm like, okay. And I tried it, and I was like, I thought it was so sick. And then like that, you know, like seeing live music also like changed the direction of what we were doing, and also like put us in the same way of thinking, I guess.
That's really that's sick. Sorry, I was just like fully lost in that story, and it had me thinking when you mentioned that like you just said, oh yeah, like I'll go along to that gig. You guys are the most supportive dudes in the local music scene. Like I swear I see you out like every weekend at a gig. Yeah. What do you love so much about like the Adelaide scene? Because you like no matter what gig it is, like you're always front row, you're always around it. Like you support all the Adelaide bands.
I just love heavy music, and I sort of like, and like, you know, just being around like people there. Like I reckon like, you know, I've got a couple of mates that like always come to our shows. They're like really supportive of us, and like even just like being around, like, you know, even taking inspiration from like some shows, like I guess Stagecraft even, and like just like I just love, you know, live music and stuff like that. And if I want to, like I can throw down and, like mosh, even though I look pretty dumb doing it, but like get involved.
I've noticed like a lot of say like because Calem goes to like mainly heavy shows, and it's always at Enigma, or every time. But it's sort of like you get to know the people who go there week in and week out, and then it becomes like a little family, and like it's cool.
Yeah,
it's nice, and you get to see your friends, and like also like music's just sick. It's just really nice, and Adelaide has some sick bands like. You know.
Yeah, it's not doing too bad at all the old Adelaide scene, is it?
Yeah.
So at the start of this interview, like I very excitedly introduced you guys as like the best musicians in Adelaide. Own that title, like you seriously are. What age did you all start? Like, if you and your brother were jamming super young, like, was it 1 year old?
No, well. Proper instruments, like okay, so we
whatever non-proper instrument is, you can say that as well.
Oh well, we used to jam around with a bunch of shit. Like I remember Tyler would grab Dad's guitars and like he'd always play around and everything. But I think he bought his first actual guitar, or like I guess someone bought it for him when he was like 7 or 8, and then I got mine when I got a drum kit when I was 8. So like as soon as I got the drum kit, we just started playing together, and we'd always just like go into like our shed and start playing a bunch of shit. Then started joining bands when we were 9. Oh wait, I was 9, Tyler was probably 11, 10-ish. And yeah, so took it very seriously, started taking it very seriously when we were probably 9 and 10.
That's such a good age to start taking something seriously, isn't it? Like most people are like, I can't even pack my lunch. You're like, we're going to be in a serious band. Tell me about your first bands that you were in.
I was in a bunch because, you know, the Weekend Warriors program?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started by joining that. And we joined one band, and then through that band, we at a gig, we met Christy from another band. So we did Sweet Anarchy for a number of years.
I remember those shows. They were a good time.
Yeah. So we were doing that from probably until, I guess, I was 14. Then met Kynan, and
I moved schools in like year 10. I used to go to the Heights, and then I went to Maryville as like because it has a music program, and then me and Dylan were like the only two people who like played or even just listened to like heavy music, just rock music for that. So we kind of like got along pretty quickly.
You had no choice but to like each other.
Yeah, and plus like bass and drums, like we always ended up doing like big band together, and like we're always just the rhythm section and everything. Yeah. So I guess. And then that happened.
I guess when you got there, you also met up with Darcy and Seb, who went to our school, and you brought me in for that. So we started doing. That's how Sasha started.
Yeah.
Been doing that since. When did we start?
Year 10. So
year 10.
2018, 17.
2018, 17.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's so crazy, you guys. Imagine if you had started sending memes a bit earlier, like 3 or 4 years ago. Fuck. Who knows where we could be by now? Yeah. Always send them. Never hold back on sending those memes.
They're binding.
Yeah. Memes bring us all together.
So anyone that knows you guys knows how driven you are. Like just the other night at the gig, like you're standing like at the door when people are exiting, like handing flyers and stickers, being like, come to our shows, come to our shows. Like, you don't give people a choice but to love you. What motivates you so much?
I'd like a lot of that stuff because it is sometimes it's good, but it can be embarrassing sometimes.
No, it's not.
But like I love it. Like, but I know like I try not to like force it because I know like you know like I like to just hammer it at people and be like, listen to our band. But
you've got a good.
Yeah.
It would be embarrassing if you had a shit band, but you don't have a shit band at all. So I think like go ham on it.
yeah,
It's just-
no. But I guess like no. I enjoy it. And I guess, you know, you're at shows, like, you surely I'll just hand out flyers, it's not too bad. Like, I have a bunch of flyers in my bag right now. Just
Yes, Carmen.
Actually, Hannah, would you like a flyer for our show?
Yes.
See if it was
You know
live.
what,
too many zips.
I think is with that, like, also, because Tyler, he's got, like, a really big love for music and all the local stuff, and he's always keeping up with everything, but the funny thing is he's so introverted. So, like, you probably see Tyler less out of all of us.
Yeah.
When it comes to those sort of things, it's kind of hard for him to like get out of his shell for that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
lately, I've been like taking him to like the indie shows that we go to, and it's really funny to just to like see him there, and like even he enjoys it a lot, but he just looks like really out of place.
He's that guy who stands at the back of, like, and he's really into it, but he'll just stand
Yeah.
at the back with a beer. And I've been trying to, like, get him into mosh
No,
pits.
he moshed for All In.
Yeah, he watched
we
that
did.
show.
Yeah, I pulled him in. I'm like, go on. And then
I think he did it for like a split second and then went back.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
love
going
that. I love
anywhere
that.
near that much. That looks scary as.
That was a fun show. We have some new music on.
We're recording new stuff.
Really? How
Yeah.
excited are you?
Actually hell excited. It's a lot different than, I guess because we recorded the songs that we've released so far before COVID, and as a new band, like we were still like figuring out what we enjoyed and what we like to play.
Never played live, so
Yeah,
we don't
never
know
did
how.
a show. Never got to test the songs out. So like,
And obviously, like his first band, like my first heavy band, it's all like a new experience. So
Yeah.
like, a lot of this new stuff is like refined to what represents us.
That's a huge thing as well. Like like when you write a song, and it really comes down to like a lot of the time when you play it live, how the crowd reacts to it.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that's a huge thing. So I assume that this single might have been recorded at a place called House of Sap.
Yes.
Correct.
Maybe.
Jared Nettle.
Yeah,
Jared
I was
Nettle.
gonna say. I was gonna have a
J
chat
Nets.
about.
Our fifth member. pretty
buddy.
much.
Yeah, tell me about the relationship you've got with Jared, because it seems to be pretty strong, and he's making you guys sound pretty freaking cool. So
I fucking love Jared. He's I've been recording with him for like years with like all the other stuff, and every time like we now, especially with these new songs, it's just like gone such a weird direction. I think, especially with like all the stuff we've added in, and it's really very us sounding. I think.
Got an opera.
What?
That was a joke.
That was really funny.
I didn't even hear it. I just like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Opera.
No, like the last song, the last two songs, they had like a bit of our stuff with like I guess like a metalcore umbrella, you know what I mean? But these ones are just like really true to us, and for that it sounds kind of funny. But Jared has just like embraced it all and like worked with it, and hasn't really been like, that's kind of dumb, don't do that.
Yeah.
He just takes it all with him.
it's
Yeah.
like
He at least lets us try it, and then we sort of, I guess, hear for ourselves and go, all right, yeah, maybe not.
he's super like nice and friendly as well.
Yeah.
Like we've had some bad ideas, and like he's just nice about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like well,
we need
even like because as I try to like just do dumb shit on bass a lot, and I've
give it your
recorded.
best shot, but you don't.
Well,
Like,
I've-
try
no,
really hard to be bad.
I've recorded people. I've recorded with people who like just sort of they don't like that, and they just sort of like, oh no, don't do that. Root notes. But Jared, who'd be like, oh yeah, do that. That's sick. And it's super inspiring as well. And it's just like, even there's bits like there's a bit where he literally just mic'd up the strings of the bass, so I wasn't like playing through it like a cable sort of thing. It was just like the sound of a bass played acoustically.
And that's
Sick.
like
With a mic.
it's on the next single.
Yeah, so he's lovely to work with, and it's
like,
cool.
And we had a lot of fun recording with him, because after a while I think he sort of like takes the songs on as his own as well. After hearing it enough times, it starts to sink in, and he's like working, like collaborating, and like the drum parts on some of this stuff are some of the funniest things.
Yeah, so
And,
dumb,
like,
but good.
But
Good dumb.
he kept just like I'll do it, and then I'll go, hey dude, what if you just like did that, but instead of doing this, hit this one here and go here, and every single time we'll just keep like layering more dumb shit on it.
Yeah.
And it just becomes this whole other thing.
Even like vocally, like I guess in the last recordings, like I sort of, obviously I was a little bit younger and I was, you know, I just started, it was sort of at my start of like, you know, being a vocalist and all that. I guess now I was sort of able to like look at maybe the things I wanted to change like recording wise. So like I was sort of like really like focused on like my tone and all that and getting like consistent with it. And I sort of took a little bit more like, I don't know, charge, I guess, like, oh, can we do that again? I'm not quite, you know, happy with that take. And I sort of, you know, like, and like we've gotten like, I guess, rough mixes back, and I'm actually pretty proud of like, you know, it's not all, you know, like I don't sound like a little kid or anything
You
like
sound
that.
way different in these ones.
Yeah.
I think.
Which was like, I guess one of the things when I listen back to like the old songs, I'm kind of like, you know, I guess everyone's like that with their own voice, but like, you know, with this one, you know, I've sort of changed it a fair bit. That it's almost like I can't really, I guess, recognize it as like the old, I guess, vocalist of like Fallout and Black and Crown, like
The old a year ago.
the old Calem.
It does. It sounds way different, and it's like you can tell that like you've matured so much. Like some of the lyrics are like sick. Obviously, can't really hear them because it's just like rah. But I think it's easy for me to compliment because it's not me. But like Calem sounds sick, and you can tell he's put in so much effort. Like it's,
that goes for all of us though. Like I think we've all like just jumped it up a next step, like with how hard we're working on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that we're all really proud of.
I was just about to say, it is like the best thing to hear you guys say how proud you are of it. Like, I cannot wait to hear it. It's going to be amazing. Thank you so much for spending the time with me, having a chat.
So
this has
good.
been
Wait.
super
Thanks so much for
fun.
having us.
Easy.
Awesome.
See ya.
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks for having us.